For next experiment, we need to start the Kali Linux. As you can see in the screenshot inside VirtualBox, my Kali Linux is running. Now I will start my autopsy. So I'll go to the application forensics and I'll start my autopsy. It's asking for the root privileges. I enter my root privileges. It's given me the link. So I click it and my autopsy will start. Since in the lab 1 I have already created my case, so I will open the case. So my case name was lab 01 first case. So I'll click over OK. So it's checking the host name and my host name is lab01 host. So host already exists. Click over OK. Now I have to, in this experiment, I have to analyze some images. So I already analyzed few of the images, but what you have to do is you have to open the Google. So first step is, there are two ways to practice this. First way is inside the digital corpora, inside the Google, search for digital corpora, and here there are disk images. So it'll go to this, it'll show you the images. So here you can download any of the images, any of the image which you want to analyze. Since I have already um, downloaded the images, so I have these images with me. So I want to analyze these images now. Now you can see my images are in download images folder. So these are the images which I directly download from the disk digital corpora website. Now I want to change these images to raw images. Directly analyzing these images on autopsy might give error. So I have to change this into the raw images. So I'll create a folder, uh, forensic images, and inside this I will change it to the raw images. I'm skipping this part, this command, because I have already created this folder. But if you're doing first time, you should create a folder and then change it to the raw images. So you need to use the tool EWF export with -t option and the path which you want to do. So I have already done for 1 and 2, so I'll do for 3. So here also I will put 3. So for third I'm changing it to the raw image. So it will choose the default options. So in this experiment, choose the default options, and you can see it has created around 600 MB raw image for me. So I can verify this. This is so inside Kali, I go to the forensics. I'll see the images. So I can see it has created the raw image for me for Gen 3. So for Gen 0, Gen 1, I have already created the raw images. For Gen 3, I have created the raw image. I can verify this thing from the command prompt as well. So I can open the command prompt. So this is the command prompt, and I want to see my the raw image for Gen 3. So you can see from the command prompt also it shows the result. So I have the image with me. Now what I want to do is I will start my autopsy. Autopsy is already started. So here I need to add an image file. So here I have to give the path for the raw image. The raw image file is 3. So is in home Cali forensics image and it's a raw 3. So I'll go to, so you keep the defaults, type as disk and import method as symlink. So go to the next one. So here there are two options, disk image, and your volume image. So select the volume image and click OK. So here is the ignore mount point is 1 and is selected. It's an extension 3 type of file system. So click the add button and here is showing some methods. Click OK. So the images has been created. So here you can see here the gen 3 image has been added. So select this and click over the analysis part. So here you have multiple options here to select. So in this, let's do the file analysis. So file, if this windows comes, that means your image is successfully inserted. And here you can see in the image we were having multiple folders. So you can go to any of the folder and can see the files. So from an image you can um, extract the information. You can see the files folder that you have, right? So this experiment is up to this point. Now this diagram shows the experiment to workflow. First, open your existing case and host. Second, get a legal disk image. Third, add that image to the host. Fourth, wait for Autopsy to process it. Fifth, browse the file system. Sixth, if required, you can make your notes and make your observations. And the order to remember is simple: case, then host, then image, and then browse. If you skip the host step in a classical autopsy, you may not find the add image option where you expect it. Now, why do investigators use a disk image instead of browsing a live computer? A disk image is a point in time copy of the storage. Browsing a live system can change timestamp and risk altering evidence. Images also make lab repeatable for class because every learner can open the same file. For beginner, practicing on an image file is safer than experimenting on production machine. So build this habit early. Never point a Topsy at your personal host operating system. This just to try things. Use a dedicated practice image. Now there are multiple options for practice. The first option is to download an image from the public repository, like we downloaded from Digital Corpora, or you can create your own image as well, which is option B. So in option A, you download the public sample image, create a folder such as forensic image, change the download image to the raw image if Topsy is giving error on the download image, and prefer to download a small legal sample, for example from Digital Corpora, and then run it using ls-lh to confirm that the file is present. If you're using for virtual box or VMware or any of the hypervisor, so it is recommended that you download the small images so that your virtual machine should have enough disk space and the RAM. We'll cover the option B soon. Now coming out to the overall picture we covered in the part 1 and part 2, or experiment 1 and experiment 2. So this lecture slide connect the idea from the experiment 1 as well as the experiment 2. The case is the investigation container. For example, lab 01 first case. Under the case sit the host. For example, lab 01 underscore host, meaning the machine under examination. Under the host, we attach an image such as lab 02 underscore practice or whatever raw images we have created. From that image, Autopsy build the file system, view with the folder and files. Now you have to note down that the case hold the investigation, host names the machine, and image is the forensic copy attached for analysis. Now the goal of experiment 2 is clear now. You have to add a practice this image, browse the file system. You will attach one legal practice image to the lab 01 host, confirm that processing completes, and then expand folder and open at least one known file. What we will not do yet is deep deleted file recovery or full keyword and timeline lab. Those are later experiment. Today is about attaching evidence correctly and proving that browsing work. Now, if you are using a classic autopsy in the browser, so you have to follow the step which we have followed in the experiment. You have to open the case first, which is lab 01 first case, and then open the lab 01 host and choose add image or the similar add image file option. Now browse to the path which is having your raw image, then select the image type. Like in our case, we were having a raw image. You can create a DD image as well. So is common for the beginner. Accept sensible defaults. Defaults we have selected while creating a uh, raw image. So then wait processing completes. So a common mistake which we do is looking for an add image on the case page. So in classical autopsy, open the host first. Now if you are using autopsy 4, so the button names are different from the idea. Button names are different, but the idea is same. So in autopsy 4, you have to open your case, add the data source, select the dist image or virtual image file, point autopsy to your image. Like if it is .img, point to img. If it is .ddd, dd, it point to dd. Or if you have downloaded from the digital corporate and file name by .e01, so file to e01. So for the first demo, keep the ingest module light or use default so that the virtual machine does not become too slow. So when finished, open data source or file views and browse. Different interface, some forensic order is, you will use the same forensic order. So it will be case, evidence image, and then the browse. Now, after processing finish, open the image or volume under your host and enter the file analysis or the file browse view. Expand directories such as the root folder and document. We have already done this. Now you open a known demo file, like any demo file you can open, folder demo file you can open and confirm the content matches what you have created. So your success signal is simple. You can investigate. So if you have created the image, the content should match. If you have not created the image, just open any file and observe that a file can be opened. Now while you work, you should pause and analyze some of the observation. First is note the image path and the size before adding it. Second, confirm autopsy accept the image without a path or format error. And next is wait until processing or ingest reaches completion. Check that the folder tree become visible. Open a known file and verify the expected content. Finally, confirm the case name, host name are still correct. Keep an observation log with date and time and image path, size, type, the file you open, and screenshot names.
Now let's do the option B, which is creating your own image and then analyzing using autopsy. So how you can create your own image? So you can use this command to create your own image. So you're adding a random data, and this is repeating experimentation is adding a data of 1 MB one at a time, but you're repeating it 50 times, you'll get a data of 50 MB. So 52 MB, uh, this image has been created. Now you can change it to some uh, file system, specific file system type. So this has been done. Now we need to open Autopsy again. So open is lab01 case, host is this one. So you need to add an image file. So you need to add the path to that image file, and carry forensics images. And you can give the path, exact path as well. Right, so disk image next. So let's try with the volume image. Let's make it as 2. So it has rightly identified as extension 4. Add, click over OK. So 2 has been added, and we want to analyze it. So file analysis. So you have created some image. So here is the file, you can see here, right? So you can explore it. So this way you can successfully create your own image with random data, and you can analyze this.